Good morning, wrestling fans. Today is June 24th, 2023. It's Saturday, and you know what that means. Tonight, the second episode of AEW Saturday Collision on TNT, live from Toronto at the Scotiabank Arena. The go-home episode of Collision before tomorrow night's All Elite Wrestling New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door pay-per-view. Gonna preview that episode on this morning's episode of GMWF. But first, I want to apologize for not doing the SmackDown and Rampage recap episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic last night. Some of the news and notes out of last night's episodes was Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler defeating Alba Fire and Isla Dawn to become the new unified women's tag team champions. And Michael Cole on commentary stated that they will compete on all three shows, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Also ended in Solo Sikoa defeating Sheamus in the main event, destroying him. Just a second, please. This very rude truck driving by doesn't even care that somebody is walking and recording a podcast, and drove Sheamus through the barricade. And at the end, Solo's brothers, the Usos, came out, left him laying again this week. And also this week, the Usos started the show with a promo, changing up things a little bit. Instead of the bloodline, it's now the Usos are now in your city. And also on Rampage, Jungle Boy and Yoki had a great main event. That was a really good match. And now Collision tonight, live on TNT, which will feature another first round match of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, which is another thing from Rampage last night. Sky Blue defeating Anna JAS to advance in the tournament. Tonight it will be the NJPW Strong Women's Champion Willow Nightingale taking on Nyla Rose. And honoring the House of Black will be Brody King taking on Andrade El Idolo. We will hear from Bullet Club Gold and the Guns. And they will also be in action in the main event against CMFTR, the team of, well, actually, there's an extra addition to that team this week. CM Punk, the AEW World Tag Team Champions, FTR, and Absolute Ricky Starks. That's the 8-man tag main event. Also, another match I am definitely looking forward to see tonight. Swerve Strickland taking on Hiroshi Tanahashi. I think that match will be definitely one you're not going to want to miss right there. Of course, Hiroshi Tanahashi will be in action tomorrow, taking on the AEW World Champion MJF. Also, we will hear from Christian Cage and the new AEW TNT champion Luchasaurus. He will address the situation with the TNT title. Also, Sting and Darby Allin will announce their partner, who will take on Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki tomorrow night. Definitely interesting to see. Chris Jericho was on commentary for Rampage last night, and he did talk about how Sting and Darby have said that this is someone he has had a past with before. So definitely will be interesting to see who Sting and Darby Allin's partner will be. And like I said before, I think it is going to end up, I'm pretty sure it's going to end up being someone from New Japan. Just not sure who. And you think about the ones Jericho, when he has gone to New Japan, the ones that he has had matches with. Of course, Kenny Omega in a match already. Tanahashi also in a match already against MJF. So could possibly be Naito. And well, he does have a pass with Gato, the booger of New Japan Pro Wrestling, but I'm not sure if that's going to be, well, it is a 6-man tag, so, or a trios match, I should say. Who knows who it could be. And also for tomorrow night, men's match in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. CM Punk taking on Satoshi Kojima, which I think will be a very good match. And I know a lot of people have talked about that one. And I don't know if that would be the first opponent I would think of to put up against CM Punk and from New Japan, but I'm sure they will have a good match. Also, some people have talked about they don't really understand the pairing with Jungle Boy Jack Perry and Sonata for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. And that's another one. It might not have been one of the matches I first thought of and put on my dream card for a Forbidden Door, but I am sure they will have a fine match together though. And there's been reports as of late about maybe AEW planning a heel turn for Jungle Boy. And actually in that match last night on Rampage, he actually at one point did start to get some boos from the crowd there. But I think that was mostly because of Doki. I think the crowd was just really into him. I don't know if they were like, because once Jungle Boy did win the match, they started cheering him again and singing along with his theme song. And that's all for this morning episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Thank you everyone for tuning in today. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can leave your feedback from SmackDown and Rampage last night, and what you think of Collision so far heading into the second episode. Also, still accepting predictions for Forbidden Door tomorrow night, and hope to have more episodes of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Hopefully we'll have the Collision recap episode tonight. Also, tomorrow we'll be back right here for the Sunday morning episode of GMWF, and I will preview tomorrow night's Forbidden Door pay-per-view. And I also hope to have 360 Wrestling Fanatic, a special live episode right after Forbidden Door tomorrow night. But until then, remember you can find 360 Wrestling Podcast and just about anywhere you listen to podcasts and social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And that's all for this morning's episode. Hope everyone enjoyed SmackDown and Rampage last night. Hope everyone enjoys Saturday Collision tonight. But until tomorrow morning, have a great pro wrestling day.